Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Rating Arizona Beers.
Beers.
I didn't know what to twist of my arms. That was a good intro, man.
Brought to you by King's Beer Wine.
King's Beer and Wine.
Yeah, located on Central and Thomas. We definitely appreciate Sarah and Mark for allowing us
100%.
to do this because it's amazing. It's a lot of fun, and of course, you know, being with the great Eric Walters. I know. I do feel I try to get close to him, but it's like it's just, you know,
too close to the sun, my friend.
Yeah, the aura is just way too big.
And my man Marcus Pena, the brewery 602.
At Brewery 602.
And my beer guru. Like you, I have learned so. I've been very fortunate to be able to be, you know, in the back with a lot of brewers and them telling me about this and that and learning things. I've not learned more from anybody but you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
You've taught me a lot. Yeah.
It's very meaningful.
Yeah.
Appreciate
absolutely.
that.
I mean, my knowledge is still very little, but that little knowledge is because of you, my friend.
Awesome. Well, I feel great. Makes me feel good. Hey, so we have a beer out of North Mountain Brewing Company. This is our next beer on our little list here, and this is Hefe Endings.
Hefe Endings. North Mountain Brewing Company.
Yeah, it's a Hefeweizen coming in at 4.8%. What's that?
4.8%.
4.8%.
Okay.
North Mountain Brewing Company, of course, is located in North Phoenix. So they're right off of North Mountain.
They are.
It's pretty hard to not find them. Actually, it is because I constantly pass by the entrance. I'll drive and then
it is a little hard to find.
Man, there's the right. I missed it again.
Yeah.
I have to loop around.
Yeah.
But they're off of what? Seventh
and Bethany
it's really
Osborne.
North. It's no.
I'm just going to throw out names until I hit it.
He's way off.
All right, they're up by the Little Miss Barbecue Sunny Slope. Speaking of, right across the street from here is King's Beer and Wine.
That's right.
King's Beer and Wine is Little Miss Barbecue, new spot opening soon, Central and Thomas. Get some barbecue, get some beers, and get some beerings.
Oh, beerings.
Sarah from King's Beer and Wine actually makes really cool, what does she say, balsa wood? Balsa wood earrings.
Yep.
Out of beer labels as well. They're badass. These things are cool.
Really cool.
I'm thinking about re-piercing my ears.
You should.
I should, yeah. I think it'd look pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Did you have your ears pierced back in the day?
I did not.
No? Okay.
I did have my tongue pierced.
Did you? Okay.
And I had a labrae.
Did you? I did too.
Yeah.
I had a labrae as well. And I had an earring in each ear, and then I had one up the top.
And then there was like
90s.
this weird, management thing, where I'm becoming a manager. They're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have that
Metal
stuff
in
on your face. I'm like, oh, okay.
The 90s were a weird time, kids. Yeah. So Hefe Endings.
Yeah, North Mountain, do you have any interesting? So I got a chance to actually brew at North Mountain and brew on their facility with Rob. We did what's called a work def where, a couple of us got to go in there, help brew a base essentially, and then got to take home some of that wort, and then we got to play around with it, do whatever we wanted to with it. So, what
is the value? Because I've heard of that, and that's a really cool thing that I see happening in Arizona beer. What does that do as a home brewer? What's the difference between that and wort that you would make and you would have at home?
Not too much of a difference.
Okay.
So, commercially made wort is the same thing as what we're doing.
Wort is wort, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Wort is wort. So, the big difference is these guys know their systems, like 100%, and their systems are very consistent. So there are no surprises. Where home brewers, every once in a while, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You just forget to do this or forget to do that.
If you're a great home brewer every once in a while. Otherwise, if you're... Right. So, like, if I were to attempt it,
you would kill
jack
yourself.
Shit every time.
Yeah. Right. So let's crack this one open.
That was extreme, Marcus, but also very accurate. I would kill myself, yeah.
So, Hefeweizen, I don't think, have we done a Hefeweizen?
I don't think we have.
This one hit the ground, so you see I actually opened it and it spewed on me.
That was me. I forgot to tell you. Did you? I did
it
drop.
Looks like it
but
fell.
I dropped it like 15 minutes ago. So that's a good thing. That's a good sign of a good beer, right? It holds its shaken upness when you drop it.
Yeah, it's shaken upness.
So North Mountain did an episode with them. I mean, shit, dude, 2017, 2018, a long time ago with Rob. And Really cool guy. Rob's awesome, man. He's kind of an old school brewer type.
Yes, that's a great way to put him.
Yeah,
old school.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where you hear the story, and it starts with, well, it took a trip across Europe, right? You know, and that's what they bring to the table, not just with their beer, but their food's really good too.
They have a great burger. They have a great burger.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've never had the burger. I've had a lot of other things.
The burger. It's fantastic. But I haven't been there in a while. It's been a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Since that I've actually gotten down there. I've gone down there for a couple releases. Of course, they have one of the better Russian Imperial Stout. Russian Imperial Stouts. Sorry, we're not supposed to say the R word.
That's right. We're not allowed to say it anymore, right? Imperial Stouts. Imperial Stouts. Okay.
Yeah, they have a really good Imperial Stout called the Nib.
Oh, the Nib. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So fantastic beer. Great place too. Nice.
It's a very Imperial, right? Like it's like, what's the percent? It's like a 10% or something.
I think it's
like
over
that.
10%.
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
I like. So here's what I like about what going to North Mountain is. So you go to a brewery, like I go to, let's say, the Shop or Wren House or Tombstone. Like I kind of know, like I know I'm going to get a hazy IPA most likely. You know, depending on what they have, if they have a West Coast. I go to North Mountain knowing I'm gonna try something completely different, right?
Like purple beer.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They've had purple beers, right?
Yes.
But also like, you know, some of these like more traditional styles too. You get at North Mountain, which I really like, and I know from the beginning one of their purposes was to the food and the beer were one.
Pair,
yeah. Like it was kind of like food's not an afterthought. It's like, no, it's just as much of a thought as the beer itself. Question I have here though, right? What is the thing on his head, right? So on the can it shows looks like an egg head guy.
Yeah,
carrying
like
wheat. What is that? Is that like Jamaica?
I have no idea.
I got
Like a German kind of
Oh
thing,
yeah,
or-
that might make more
Yeah,
sense.
German maybe. That's okay. That's why I'm here, buddy.
All right. Are we drinking this yet or what?
Let's get a. You know what? The beer it did.
Yes.
I poured a really nice, tight, compact white head on it. Obviously, looks like a hazy IPA in the glass.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's just because almost the base recipe for Hefeweizen is pretty dang close to hazy IPA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For
Okay.
sure. I mean, you got a lot more. Usually, the percentage of malted wheat is a little bit higher
Okay.
in a Hefeweizen.
Okay.
But almost the same thing. I mean, you could use Carapils, you could use Pilsner malt, you can use, same base recipe, just different yeast.
Let's
Let's
see.
give it a try.
I'm learning more and more every day from you, my friend. Smells like a half.
Smells like a Hefeweizen. So what does a Hefeweizen smell like? Not to just say the word Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen. Is that how you say it? You have to say Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen.
Banana and clove. That's the traditional, right? I mean, it says right on their can, but even
what a
amateur
cheater.
like myself, I know banana and clove.
Banana and clove.
Which honestly was what turns me away from them. Typically, that's not the flavor profiles that I get excited about.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Wow.
this is a new thing for me. I have much respect for all types of beers. I enjoy all types of beers, but this would not be one that I would choose typically if I go to a place. So I that's what this show's for, man, is to expand my horizons.
There you go. And I love a good Hefeweizen, and I love that banana clove balance. This beer is a little bit actually more banana forward.
Yeah.
Than clove forward is definitely banana forward.
What is a clove exactly?
It's a spice.
Okay. I always think of it as like a cigarette, like clove cigarette.
So yeah, this is definitely comes out as a little bit more estery, and not as phenolic.
What does that mean?
It's your esters. It's banana.
Okay.
Is your esters, and phenols are like that clove character.
Okay. Gotcha.
So it would sometimes with that yeast, if you ferment a little bit at a higher temperature, you get a little bit more of the banana character out of it. Sometimes at a lower temperature, you get more of the phenolics. You get more of that clove.
Now, one thing I noticed too, and I mean this I guess there's no really nice way to say it. I get sometimes aroma of like wet dog off of beers.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Is that a term in beer judging? You know how a horse blanket and some cat
You can
piss
use any term you want, and
What would that be
that's
then?
the thing of well, it's probably in the water. It's probably the water profile.
Okay.
There's probably something in that water that reminds you of a wet dog.
And I don't get
You
it
know what I
now,
mean?
though. Like it's just kind of at the beginning. Like when I first smelled it the first couple times, but it's gone already. Now I really get the banana. The banana.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of banana. And, so here's the other thing, too. The glassware, we just rinse these glasses out, right?
Ah, yeah.
And so, we just rinsed them. They're not, cleaned properly.
Yeah, Rob would be so pissed at us right
I know.
now.
Sorry, Rob. They're just rinsed out. So, again, that aroma could actually be from the water that you rinsed it with.
That's true. Assuming I rinsed it.
Probably didn't even rinse it. So there you go. It's gonna taste like it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. See, that's why I need to go outside of my comfort zone.
So
That's
smooth.
a great beer.
So smooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very smooth. Yep.
The banana is like on point.
Yeah.
It's like that nice smooth creaminess.
Dang.
It's like a creamy banana pudding almost, like that has like that kind of mouthfeel to it. I mean, I think dropping the can made this beer. Rob, take notes, my friend. I think dropping the can made this beer.
You think so, really?
No, I'm just messing.
I really thought so. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Well,
But shaken, if it's, that creaminess, the carbonation level, and
Yeah.
everything else, and there's like,
it could have been some stuff settled at the bottom in a good way, and I shook it up by my deliberate drop on the floor. Dang, man, innovation right here.
I
But
tell you
no.
what, I mean, having beer too, like you were saying, it's not your favorite style or whatever, but like the atmosphere at King's, hanging out with a good buddy, cracking open a cold beer.
Yeah.
I mean, all that adds to that taste of
Really
that beer
does.
and that experience with the beer.
For sure.
So that's why you need to come to King's and have a beer, because it's going to taste that much better than at your house.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like if I was on the side of my house, accidentally locked myself out, and it's 112, the only thing I have is a warm Hef, I would say, Rob, dude, this Hef sucks.
Right. Right.
Because of the environment that I'm drinking it.
And he didn't drop it.
And I didn't drop it. No, man, I'm very, very impressed with this. This is, dang, dude, I don't know how I can even compare it to other Hefs as far as like grading it, but
I think this thing, it's one of the better Hefeweizens, and I just
For sure.
deliberately bought, because I just brewed a Hefeweizen. I actually just kegged it a couple days ago, so I haven't tapped it yet. But I had potentially bought a bunch of different Hefeweizens.
Okay.
I didn't see this one because I didn't come to King's to buy my beer.
Yeah,
See, I'm like an
right.
idiot. And so I bought a bunch of different ones. This one is better than the ones I had. And I even had like Weisstephan. I mean, and Weisstephaner Hefe is like, that's the creme de la creme,
Yeah.
And but it's it's shipping all the way from who knows where, and
Yeah.
it's not the same beer that
Tampa Bay, right? Probably.
yeah, actually, well, yeah, probably just from New Mexico, all the way from New Mexico. No, so I mean, shipping from Germany or wherever they're brewing it now. I have no. Anyways, so this is much better version of the beers that I had. So
This is great, man. This is great. And here's, I don't know if you saw this on here, but there's a thing that says pouring recommendation. This is an unfiltered ale. Sedimentation is likely and normal. Please allow to settle before opening and lightly pour with a gentle hand. Or drop.
it and just smash it onto the ground.
But so that's great. So that's good guidance from the brewery to say, hey, here's what to expect, right? Because if you pour that and you're like, what the hell is this?
Right.
You know now, and very impressed with this, guys.
Yeah, as
North Mountain, nice
as far
work.
as the score is concerned, what do you think compared to? Well, you're not a Hefe drinker, so what is compared to?
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 9 for sure.
Yeah.
I would drink that beer again for sure. Absolutely. This is and even now, like this time of the year, it's hot. I'm not drinking stouts or Scotch ales or red ales in the pool. I would drink that. That'd be a
for
pool
sure.
beer for me, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. God, man, I don't want to keep agreeing with you on this, but I'm with you. I think I'm at a 9 too.
Yeah?
I'd definitely be at a 9 compared to other Hefs. I mean, fantastic job, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, fantastic job. I think. The recipe's tried and true, and it's a great beer.
So I would assume that you could, first of all, get it at King's Beer and Wine on Central and Thomas.
Absolutely.
Grab yourself a pair of beerings as well while you're there. Beer-themed earrings that Sarah makes. They're pretty badass.
Really cool.
And or North Mountain, I would assume they would have them at their spot as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Keep an eye out for more beers from North Mountain. Nice work, guys. Glad to see North Mountain beers on some shelves.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching, guys. If again, hit us up. Let us know you're actually watching these things. Let us know if you like them, don't like them, or if there's a beer that you saw at King's that you want us to review. Let us know, and then we could do it. That'd be a good thing. So,
Heck yeah.
And big shout out to King's for having us and hosting us and letting us do this crazy little thing here.
That's awesome. I don't even think they know we're here.
They don't. So
they haven't been on this side of the hall. I think they left. Yeah, but no. Thank you guys, and thank you guys for listening. And Marcus, cheers, buddy. Cheers to you, man.